as radiant energy from the cosmos, offering a potentially limitless and clean energy source. Moray's work was heavily influenced by the pioneering research of Nikola Tesla, who had previously explored similar concepts related to the harnessing of electromagnetic energy. Inspired by these ideas, Moray developed a device that utilized a unique semiconductive material he termed Moray valve. This component was designed to capture energy from ambient sources, converting it into usable electrical power. Moray claimed that his device did not violate the laws of thermodynamics, as it was not creating energy from nothing but rather transforming existing energy from the environment into a more accessible form. In various demonstrations during the 1920s Unity, critics pointed out that his device's operations and the underlying science were not clearly documented or explained in a way that allowed for independent verification or replication. This lack of transparency fueled doubt and prevented widespread acceptance of his invention. The scientific establishment, bound by the laws of classical physics, largely dismissed Moray's claims as unproven. Moreover, Moray's reluctance to fully disclose the specifics of his invention, citing fears of intellectual property theft and misuse, further alienated potential allies. He was convinced that revealing too much could lead to his work being co-opted without proper credit or control. Adding to the challenges, Moray claimed that powerful entities within the energy sector actively sought to suppress his work. He recounted instances of sabotage. Bruce De Palma's N-Machine represents a compelling and controversial chapter in the history of alternative energy research. De Palma, a former researcher at MIT, introduced this innovative device in the late 1970s, proposing a radical departure from traditional energy generation methods. His invention was based on the premise that space is not an empty void, but rather filled with untapped energy that could be harvested directly. The N-Machine is a type of homopolar generator that De Palma designed to operate on principles he believed were not fully accounted for by conventional physics. Unlike standard generators, which use separate rotors and stators, the N-Machine consists of a single rotating magnetized flywheel. De Palma asserted that by magnetizing and spinning a circular antenna could extract energy from what he described as the background energy of space, a notion that aligns with some interpretations of quantum physics regarding vacuum energy. The N-Machine's claims were met with skepticism, with critics labeling it a perpetual motion device, a term often associated with impossibility and pseudoscience. The mainstream scientific community largely dismissed De Palma's assertions as violating established physical laws. However, De Palma's work was not without empirical effort. Throughout the 1980s, he conducted demonstrations and experiments to showcase the machine's potential, with reports of anomalous energy outputs that intrigued some independent observers. The controversy surrounding the N-Machine intensified when established institutions like the National Bureau of Standards tested the applications, suggesting that if proven correct, they could transform energy from a scarce resource to an abundant one, with profound effects on global energy politics and technological advancement. Number 7. Original Electric Vehicle, EV1. The General Motors EV1, introduced in the late 1990s, marked a groundbreaking moment in automotive history as the world's first mass-produced electric vehicle. Conceived during a time of growing environmental awareness and concern over fossil fuel dependency, the EV1 represented a bold step towards sustainable transportation. Its release came as a response to California's Zero-Emission Vehicle (ZEV) mandate, which required major automakers to offer a percentage of their sales as zero-emission vehicles. The EV1 required no gasoline, aligning with a vision of a cleaner, more sustainable future. Despite its technological promise, the EV1 program was short-lived. General Motors discontinued the vehicle in 1999, citing limited consumer demand, high production costs, and the vehicle's limited range per charge as primary reasons. GM reclaimed all leased vehicles, with most being subsequently destroyed, a move that sparked significant controversy and speculation. The abrupt termination of the EV1 program led many to believe that factors beyond consumer demand were at play. Critics argued that the oil industry and even some traditional auto manufacturers, threatened by the potential shift away from fossil fuels, exerted pressure to stifle the electric vehicle's progress. The destruction of the presenting a narrative of missed opportunities and suppressed innovation. The legacy of the EV1, however, did not fade with its destruction. Instead, it laid the groundwork for future developments in electric vehicle technology. Lessons learned from the EV1's design and market reception have informed the strategies of modern electric vehicle manufacturers. Today, the global automotive industry is witnessing a significant shift towards electrification, with many companies investing heavily in electric vehicle technology, infrastructure, and innovation, perhaps fulfilling the promise that the EV1 once held. Number 8. Perpetual motion. Perpetual motion has long captured the imagination of inventors and thinkers, representing the ultimate quest for a machine that can operate indefinitely without any loss. Despite this, the allure of perpetual motion has persisted throughout history, inspiring numerous attempts to construct machines that defy these fundamental laws. Early inventors created intricate designs involving weights, magnets, and gears, all striving to achieve continuous movement. These machines often appeared to work, at least for a short period, before friction and other forces brought them to a halt. One of the most intriguing figures associated with the pursuit of perpetual motion was Austrian naturalist Viktor Schauberger. Known for his study of water and natural vortices, Schauberger proposed designs that mimicked nature's spiraling flows, claiming these could tap into an unknown energy source. His work suggested that by observing and replicating nature's processes, it might be possible to create pseudoscience, as they promised solutions to energy scarcity without clear scientific backing. The enduring fascination with such machines reflects both a hopeful vision for sustainable energy and a challenge to conventional scientific understanding. In modern times, the scientific community remains firmly grounded in the principles of thermodynamics, viewing perpetual motion as impossible. Nonetheless, the concept endures as a symbol of human ingenuity and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. It challenges inventors to think creatively about energy and efficiency, even if the ultimate goal remains unattainable by current scientific standards. The history of perpetual motion serves as a reminder of the importance of critical thinking and the scientific method. It underscores, invented by Tom Ogle, a self-taught mechanic from El Paso, Texas, the device emerged in the 1970s, a time when the world was grappling with energy crises and a desperate need for more efficient fuel solutions. Ogle's invention promised to transform the internal combustion engine by significantly increasing fuel efficiency, boasting the ability to power a car for over 100 miles on a single gallon of gasoline. Ogle's design was revolutionary in its approach to fuel management. Unlike traditional carburetors that mix air and fuel before combustion, the Ogle carburetor eliminated the carburetor and fuel pump entirely. Instead, it utilized a black box device that vaporized fuel before it entered the engine, ensuring that it burned more completely and efficiently. This method reduced the amount of gas aboard Galaxy, capturing media attention and sparking interest from investors and major corporations eager to capitalize on its promise. However, despite the initial excitement, Ogle faced skepticism from the automotive industry. Experts questioned the feasibility of achieving such drastic improvements in fuel efficiency without significant modifications to the engine. Ogle remained confident in his invention and rejected lucrative offers to sell his patents, aiming instead for widespread implementation. Tragically, Ogle's promising journey was cut short in 1981 when he died under mysterious circumstances at the young age of 24. Officially, his death was ruled an overdose involving alcohol and prescription drugs, but friends and supporters suspected foul play given the vast financial stake to maintain existing business interests. Number 10. Water fuel cell. The water fuel cell, developed by Stanley Meyer in the 1980s, is one of the most intriguing and debated inventions in the realm of alternative energy. Meyer, an inventor from Ohio, claimed to have created a device capable of powering a vehicle using only water as fuel. His invention was based on an unconventional electrolysis process that purportedly split water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen using minimal electrical input, a method far more efficient than traditional electrolysis. Meyer showcased his technology through a modified dune buggy, which he claimed ran solely on water. This audacious demonstration captivated the public's imagination and offered a tantalizing vision of a future where vehicles could be phasm. The scientific community remained skeptical, questioning the validity and reproducibility of his results. Critics argued that Meyer's claims defied the laws of thermodynamics, particularly the conservation of energy, which states that energy cannot be created or destroyed. The lack of detailed scientific documentation and peer-reviewed studies further fueled doubt about the invention's feasibility. Tragically, Stanley Meyer's story took a mysterious turn on March 20, 1998, when he died suddenly after allegedly exclaiming that he had been poisoned. The official cause of death was a cerebral aneurysm, but conspiracy theories quickly surfaced. Supporters speculated that Meyer was silenced due to the potential threat his invention posed to the global oil industry. These theories were bolstered by Meyer's own claims of being offered large sums of money to abandon his project and by the status quo. The story of Stanley Meyer and his water fuel cell continues to inspire discussions about the possibilities of alternative energy and the barriers such innovations might face. Thanks for watching another episode. While you are still here, make sure to click the video on your screen for more quality content.